All right, so this one, I always like to start something with a little humor because we all need to laugh, and laughter is the best medicine after all. All right, so this one's called Undercover Clergy. A minister, a priest, and a rabbi went for a hike one day. It was very hot. They were sweating and exhausted when they came upon a small lake. Since it was fairly secluded, they took off all their clothes and jumped in the water. Feeling refreshed, the trio decided to pick a few berries while enjoying their freedom. As they were crossing an open area, who should come along but a group of ladies from town? Unable to get their clothes in time, the minister and the priest covered their privates, and the rabbi covered his face while they ran for cover. After the ladies had left and the men got their clothes back on, the minister and the priest asked the rabbi why he covered his face rather than his privates. The rabbi replied, "I don't know about you, but in my congregation, it's my face they would recognize." Oh! Got it? It's so great, I know. Oh, I like that. The visual of that is pretty good, right? Seeing these guys. Anyway, so, I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to receive the blessing from Leland, and we're going to allow ourselves to feel it fully. But I found a couple of things, but I was talking to my tenant, who, I'm going to tell you her story. So I have a gal that when I was leasing out my little guest house, and she came to me and she says, I'm an actress. I'm like, whoa, I don't know, that may not be good financially. But then I got a hit, and Spirit says, yeah, take her in. And I said, okay, I believe you, and I think this is good, and I'm going to listen to what God has to tell me. Because when she gave me her financials and gave me everything, and I go, well, why are you on unemployment? And what I didn't realize in the acting profession, I don't know if you know this, but what happens is that they will go on unemployment in between their gigs, in between their work. So when I didn't either. And so she explained it to me, and I said, okay, I'm not going to judge, because, I'm just going to, again, trust God, and I know that all will be well. But what ended up happening is that I bought, I don't know, if you haven't done Isha Kriya, then it's like the Isha Foundation. He was selling a little icon, I'm going to call it, because if you're familiar with the icon, it's a painting, it's a statue, it's something that you have. An icon would also be a mandala or the tracing, the mandala. And what it was called an Adi Yogi. Okay? So I put Adi Yogi, and it's this cool, looks like a Shiva, and it was a statue, and I don't remember what it cost, but I'm like, I'm going to get this and put this in my house, and it'll be a blessing, okay? So what's interesting is that I have it in my house, and it's been in my house for like 2 or 3 years now. It never gets dust on it. Serious, and it's black. So I'm like, oh, it's in your head. That can't be real. No, it's serious. Since my tenant has moved to my property, because there's a little guest house in the back, she has been working constantly from the day she got there. When she was in her other property, and it's either Adi Yogi or she's happy, but I think it's more that she's happy, but it's also could be the icon blessing. And what happened is that she was getting work and doing really well. And then eventually, I said, well, are you happy with what you're doing? Yeah, but I have to work so much, and I have to go out on auditions all the time, and it's really tiring because this agency is sending me out on these small jobs all the time. And I said, well, what would you like? I said, what do you want to receive? I want more money for the gigs that I go out on, and I want to get SAG jobs that pay me residuals. Okay, it's kind of like, I don't know the music business, but you get residuals, like if you do a song for a commercial, right? So eventually what ended up happening, and here's how prayer works. So over a period of, let's see, she's been there 2 years. So over a period of about 1.5 years, or maybe a year, she started to notice that the agency she was with was taking more than they should have taken out of her, what do they call it? Commissions, or whatever you want to say, out of her pay. And she started to question that and started to notice they were like siphoning on, and then these, crazy expenses that didn't exist. And so this woman, one of the owners, I guess, or one of the people in that agency, she said, oh yeah, you're crazy, and they would just treat her horribly. And then people, because they're so desperate for money, I need you to hear this, that they would just put up with it. Well, she didn't. When she started questioning them, she took them to court. And so she said, I am going to own my power. And I'm like, I'm there, I'm praying with you. And I gave her a prayer for divine justice, and everything's going to be great. And we just kept doing that. And at the back of this is what, there's a shaman named Jim Duell, and he's been up here, and we've had him. Remember him, Denise?
Miss him.
Yeah, love him. And anyway, he said, it's your choice about what you want to have happen in your life. Well, what ended up happening is that, it looked like, oh yeah, she's going to get a settlement, these people are going to pay, and it didn't happen that way, because somebody pulled some strings and made the lawsuit go away, okay? She was really upset, and it was, she should have won, and they said, no, nobody wins, it's just a draw. And I'm like, So she was really angry, and I said, I'm going to tell you right now, what you have to do, you don't need to be like, I just saw Peppermint, so you don't need to be like the mom in Peppermint, let it go. Because what's going to happen as you let it go, because that same person, the influential person, if you go back and try to get more money or try to do this again, because she was filing on her own, not with an attorney, I said, you're just going to cause more stress and strain in your life. It's all energy. So we're receiving, and we're also taking energy, right? So what energy do you want to take into your life? And I said, what do you want to receive out of your life? And she says, well, I want to have, again, the better jobs, making more money, and not go out on so many auditions. I go, okay, great. So in the middle of this lawsuit, this old agent that she used to work with, that was kind of a brat to her at one time, called her up and apologized. Wow. Okay, this is how God works. I'm getting goosebumps. So they decided, he says, and I'm going to send you only on good jobs. I'm not going to make you drive around LA and go to 3 or 4 a day. That's what the other one was making her do. Can you imagine going out 3 or 4 times a day on the LA freeways? All right? So what ended up happening, so here's God making and really creating this beautiful thing to happen in her life. She has now got less auditions, making more money, she's happier, and she's getting the SAG jobs. So is that intention? Was she willing to receive? And all of that started happening when she let go of her anger toward the other agency. Because I said, no matter what, if you continue to have that connection with them, you're not going to create that opening and bring in what you desire. So she was willing to let it go and receive in her good. The other thing that she's been doing, and for all of us, that's why I said the question initially when we first came in, what are we really willing to receive? Because we'll say, oh, I want more money. Oh yeah, really? So how do you feel about yourself? Do I feel worthy of having more money? Do I feel like I have to work all the time? What's ingrained in us that's deep down inside? So a lot of times there's a book by Raymond Charles Barker. He actually says this in all of his books, one is treatment, one is about, there's 2 or 3. But what he says always, and I want you to remember this, is that I am now saying this prayer for my unconscious and subconscious mind. Remember that. Because on a conscious mind, oh, I want more money. Oh, yes, I do. Not really. And wonder if underneath of that, there's something that's blocking it. So that's what we're going to work on today. And that's what I want Master Leland to work on with us, is to allow us to receive, fully receive. But I'm going to prep you a little bit. Because the other thing that we all desire, how many want a closer relationship with God? How many want you to feel peaceful and divine and to have that connection where you're just blissed out? Who wouldn't want to be blissed out? But how are you going to get blissed out when you got all this old stuff and residue that's in our bodies? And it's all stuck there. And I don't know, maybe it's a little bit from when I was 8 years old. Oh, this is from when I was 14. Or this was when I was a baby in the crib and my mother ignored me. Because you remember that. And if you think babies don't remember stuff, I remember crying and my mom not getting me. I remember it. And I made a decision as an infant that I was not worthy of her love. As a baby. So when you have something and an incident happen in our lives, it's something that now we're able to shift it. And I remember that and I go, whoa, well, I'm never going to guilt my mother out. My God, she had my 4 brothers. I mean, yeah. But as a little baby, you want your needs done now. And that's it. So what in us are we willing to let go of? So are you willing to just say, you know, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was when I was a baby or 8 or 10 or 20 or 40 or 50. But what is it that God, help me release it so I can receive your love, so I can have a deeper connection with you, so I can have more blessings as they come into my life. Because I'm thinking, okay, what is it you would have me do? And we surrender it up. What is it you would have me do? And what blessings are we willing to take in? So as I was being with this week, I found a cool thing, and it's all about we breathe in and out, right? So I'm going to prep you a little bit before we bring up our beloved to help us do our healing. But this is something from Thomas Carlyle, puts it well when trying to relate with the hard stuff. No, that's not the right one. Sorry, this is from Maharaj, author of I Am That, and explains the joy derived from the interconnected process of giving and receiving. If you look at yourself in your moments of pleasure or pain, you will invariably find it is not the thing in itself that is pleasant or painful, but the situation of which it is part. Pleasure lies in the relationship between the enjoyer and the enjoyed, and the essence of its acceptance. Whatever may be the situation, if it is acceptable, it is pleasant. If it is not acceptable, it is painful. Isn't that true? What makes it acceptable is not important. The cause may be physical or physiological or untraceable. Acceptance is a decisive factor. Suffering is due to non-acceptance. So here's a giving and receiving breathing exercise. And a good example of that is when, as I was just saying, as my tenant let go and she was able to release that, she then received in what she really desired, okay? So find in your psyche, find in your consciousness, where is it that there's something that you can let go of? And if you don't know, let God show you. So here's a giving and receiving breathing exercise. So if you want to, you can close your eyes. And it's a lot like what Thich Nhat Hanh does, and I love this. So we're going to start with breathing. Let's just take a deep breath in. And then gently let it out. And I'm just going to say these words, so be present as I say them. So let's take a breath in, breathing in. Sense aliveness, whether you're pressing, squeezing, smelling, absorbing, invite in life. Breathing out, let go as if you're dissolving with your breath into the vast sky. Breathing in, absorb your environment and its constraints. Breathing out, visually sense space all around you. Breathing in, touch what's here affecting you. Breathing out, listen and sense vastness. Breathing in, feel where you're vulnerable. Breathing out, feel that space permeating with love. Breathing in, receive and yield to your current emotions. Breathing out, release and let go of these emotions. Breathing in, receiving of this life. Breathing out, offering you love. So continue to breathe in and out, in and out. And as you do that, the thing that you desired and that came into your consciousness earlier, breathe in what that would look like if you have that desire, what you stated at the beginning of our time together. Breathing out. It's now held in the loving embrace of God and Spirit, and it is manifesting. It is winging its way towards you. So breathe in your desire, and breathe out love surrounding you, embracing you, adoring you. And one more time, breathing in your desire, what you would like healing for, and breathing out receptivity to receive the healing blessings today from Master Leland, knowing that it is being done, and whatever you need, it is happening in your world, in your life, in your consciousness. Now let's close this simple little meditation. Surround yourself in golden love and light and peace. Put yourself in that bubble, whether it's green, pink, I don't care the color. Bring yourself into that space of love, for love is the most powerful, potent energy that we have. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And go ahead and stay in that tone, because I'm going to bring up Master Leland to continue this healing on you. Continue to breathe in and out, and in and out. Continue to visualize your desire. What would that look like when it's manifest? I know for Diana, it's the house is sold and she's got that paperwork and the checks in her hand. What does it look like for you? And if it's a physical thing, what does that look like for you? If it's an emotional thing, what does that look like for you? And this is the calligraphy that we are going to use, and it's very powerful. Roxy, you want to share your experience? I don't think you have with everybody.
Well, I was treated to having Master Leland work on me in a couple of sessions, and personally, when we have a session with her, she places that calligraphy over your head. And
did you hear that?
And
Yeah,
it's
so it's
so powerful. It's like, I don't know, it just felt like so amazing. And I felt a big push ahead in my healing of my thyroid. And I'm wearing this choker. That's
Yay.
how much it's shrunk that I can wear this now.
So so you're receiving the healing of your thyroid.
Yes,
You know, because it was like out here.
It was.
I don't know if you remember. It was big, okay?
I was scheduled for surgery, and I went to see her before that, and after that session, I canceled the surgery, and because I had the faith that healing was going to happen.
Okay.
And so I'm so Thank you
Yay,
so much.
thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's welcome Master Leland because she has committed to being here once a month to assist the center. I know, right? To grow in every way, whether it's people, financials, it's everything. So it's attracting in whatever we desire, and I don't know what God's idea is for the center, so we're just going to allow it to happen. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
Master Mary, I'm a big fan.
Is that how long have they not been held?
It's on, you have to push the bottom thing.
Oh, I can get it on. Oh, you're going to get it? There we go.
Thank you so much, everyone. I think we have to give a great as hand, wish from my heart, and give Marianne. I learned something very special from my husband. He told me one time I was sad, I'm not happy. And he said one thing to me. He said, I'm going to tell you a really short story so you know what it feel you have right now. He told me, the short story is that two monks, they're walking on a trail and ready to go on their journey. So they walk past by this pond and see this scorpion and ready to fall down in the pond. And one of the monks was hurried to went there and tried to help this scorpion. And he pulled him, but the scorpion, of course, is still on him, and he didn't want to let go. He kept him pulled, and finally he rescued this scorpion. And the other monk was saying, what have you been doing? You might be almost killed by this scorpion. But why are you still keeping trying to save this scorpion? The monk said, you know, if I let go the scorpion, what's happened to him? He'll die. I will be just like him, let something die, and I didn't do my best to save the scorpion. When you're angry with somebody, when you're not happy with someone, that's the same thing. You just like that scorpion, the one that you let go of the scorpion, you're just like that person. Because you hold on that. You think somebody will hurt you, and you let go. So that fear will stay with you forever. But if you just forget about the painful, just that moment you rescue the scorpion, what happened? That moment will stop your guilt. That moment will stop your anger. Because you knew yourself, you did something good. You knew yourself. What happened is, when we live in this society, and my master, Mr. Shad, often said, when the fish live in the dirty water, either sick or die. But humanity, if we live in a pollution area, what will happen to all us? We'll get sick, we'll get die, we'll become like really unhealthy, unhappy. Everything will come up to us. What happened to you if we didn't do anything about that? Are you waiting to let you continue like this yourself? Or you want to try something to stop it? I myself, I love to stop that. I don't want to continue to stay in those pollution area. I want to run away from that. But how can you run away with this? You will stay in the house. You stay in the place maybe in up the mountain, and might spill all those, spray all those chemical for health, the fruits, anything. But can you run away with your own house? You couldn't. You have to stay there. What will happen is from us, from our heart. Everything happens from our heart. itself when your heart, when your soul is healed. But how can you heal your soul? How that happen? Because
Brand new batteries.
I know. These are brand new batteries.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, that's what. Okay. So everything is come from the soul level. Everyone has a soul. That way how we born. We born with the soul before we. But the moment we can see, the soul is there with us. What we come here for, uplift our soul. How? It's by doing good things.
Let me see if there's batteries on them. Okay, I'm gonna put this on.
They're funky batteries.
The funky batteries?
No, they're brand. Those are the brand new
Oh,
batteries.
brand new ones?
These up here.
I guess I'm gonna put the touch on it.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what that.
That's what
All right.
Yep.
Okay. So today I'm gonna give it a blessing on your soul. Uh-oh.
We know your hair times. Why don't you just give us a
You know,
call? God.
earlier Miriam said, when you have to let yourself go. How you can let yourself go? You know, with glasses, it's always have to pour water on it.
Okay.
You think you can put more water out there? It's impossible. You have to let the glasses empty. The second from your heart. Let your heart be empty. Let go all the stuff inside you. You feel your anger, your desire, everything. Then you feel it's empty, then everything will pull up. The nature will support you. First, I'm going to sing a song. This is a divine had given us a shout song to give to all humanity. Everyone has that. In 2003, in July, Mr. Xia has got a message that divine appeared in front of him. He bowed down to in front of everybody, of course he said. This is his tradition. When he see the divine, he bowed down immediately with his greatest love and gratitude. Divine had given to him the power to help all humanity, to give the transmission to all humanities, love from the divine, and through him to give all humanity. I am very lucky I'm able to do that because Natasha had given so much love to humanity, and I'm able to get this gift from divine to able to help me and give all humanity. So let your heart open and receive this song from divine. You can sing along with me after you sing it. I sing it a few times. Okay? God gave his heart to me. God gave his love to me. My heart melts with his heart. My love melts with his love. God gave his heart to me. God gave his love to me. My heart melts with his heart. My love melts with his love. God gave his heart to me. God gave his love to me. My heart melts with his heart. My love melts with his love. Give yourself a hand. The purpose is one, every humanity know that divine is with every single one. You know, many people wake up in the morning, first thing they will ask, Google, would you tell me what is to happen today? My sister told me, I doesn't have to go out, I can know everything in the whole world. I said, I know. He said, how did you know? Google. It is so simple for everybody. People wake up in the first morning, what they do to get a cell phone? What is the news? You know, in the ordinary tradition, there's one word. They say it. In Chinese, they call 秀才不出门，人知天下事. That means when the people has really, really high wisdom, they will automatically connect to divine, know what's going to happen in the world. But now, people doesn't have to do study at all. They can just ask Google or just go in the website or the TV to know everything. That is sad. Why I said that? Because people itself lost their ability. They just doesn't have to do their practicing for the connecting with the divine, with the soul, with the God who they love so much. They just go on the Google, they just go on the TV and see everything. They lost themselves. They lost themselves connected to divine. That's why in 2003, the divine is knew what's going to happen in the future. I would love to give this transmission power for you, so you can give all the divine, all the people in the nations, in all universal, and they can understand divine within their heart. Never go away. Just like the last time I said a story that I received, of faith, like your face. Who has no face? But who can see your face? No one, except you look at the mirror. That is the faith. The faith you cannot see, but it's with you, just like in your head and your face. You can never see, only feel it from your heart. And that's why today I am going to help each one of you to give a little transmission that Mr. Xia has written the power from this book. It's called The Soul, The Power of Soul. It's called Divine Love. I'm going to read this, so you're going to get this transmission. But before I give this to some of the students in my class, so you're going to receive it twice, which is going to empower you a little bit more. So it's good. So let me do this, and then I'll explain a little bit more. The divine love transmission is like a huge golden light. You might not see it, but it's within